Thus far, the equestrian team has had a very solid season. We finished 5th in the Intercollegiate Conference, 2 points behind Emory and Henry, and only 35 points off the leaders, which is our closest spread to the leaders in the past 10 seasons, for sure. And in outside competition at the Collegiate Cup, Laura Lemon, senior captain, was high point overall rider. She also qualified for regionals in the open flat and won at regionals in the open flat. Caleigh Wells also qualified for regionals, as did Jane Chiavelli, who was reserve champion at regionals. So all 3 of those members are on the team, and then we have a new rookie rider, Elise George, on the ODAC team as well, who's had a very solid season and almost has won her way into the next division already.
In my 3 years being on the team, this has been one of our best. So even though we placed 5th in the region, this is actually the closest we've ever been to the lead. I think we were 35 points behind the leader when the regional results were decided. So we've actually been pretty good as a team so far, and it's pretty exciting coming up with ODACs on Friday. The main thing that gets drilled into our heads during ODAC practice is consistency. So every time we come to practice, we work on making sure it is as good, if not better, than the previous practice. The other thing we do in ODACs that we don't necessarily do in regular season practices is to practice without stirrups, which sort of, as our assistant coach Kendall said, it kind of makes you rely on intuition, because doing something that's so physically intensive makes it so that you can't really pose on the horse so much as be effective and rely on the instincts that you've been taught throughout the year.
We always joke that consistency is always a word thrown around in practice, and the way you get consistent is always being mindful of your pace, like where your horse is in the stride and how much energy you have, and the path in which you get to the jump, and like where you are position-wise. And a big key to making sure all of that comes together is just being patient and trusting yourself and your instincts. We've been working a lot without stirrups, so I feel like we are all extremely strong going into the championships, and it'll be exciting to see what happens.
Randolph has some great riders. Hollins has a great, strong team with some youth on it, as well as some experience. Bridgewater, always solid. They won the region this year. They have a strong team. Part of it is going to be what they can come up with to ride at the competition. And you know, it's always tough in our region and our conference, but that's what makes it a good competition at the end of the day.
Let's see. In ODACs, I think we have 7 teams total. Last year, the winner was Sweetbriar. It'll be kind of interesting to see what'll happen this year. In 2014, they were, I think, second to us, and then last year we were second to them. So that'll be kind of interesting to see how that'll work. In the region, Bridgewater and Randolph, again my freshman year in 2014 and again this year in 2016, have been consistently the top 2 in the region, but since ODACs is so different because they're looking for their top 4 riders rather than riders from every level, we've always done better than them in the past 2 years since I've been on the team. So that'll be kind of interesting. But I think probably the one I'm most interested to see is Lynchburg. This is the first year since I've been on the team that they've done better than we did regionally. They have 2 really incredible open riders, Christina and Jesse. They were the only team to have 2 people qualify for open on the flat and over fences in regionals. And they both placed really high in the catch-on standings. So I'm going to be interested to see how they do. It'll be really good.